a standard presentation for the benefit of guests and brand new is what I'm trying to say, members. Welcome, all of our Scandinavian friends. Welcome Denmark, welcome Norway. Oh, you're not driving, okay. All right, listen, and there's hands-free too. I certainly wouldn't rat you out if you were driving. Welcome from London. Hey, Ireland. I'm so looking forward to coming over and visiting. Obviously, I was in Germany and Italy just recently, but I'm looking forward to coming to some proper events across Europe in, I wouldn't say early 2022, but certainly pre-mid, around probably March, April, and May. And I think I'll probably swing back maybe just after the summer when kids are back to school, and we'll do another tour. So we'll pick different destinations on the front and the back. Welcome, South Africa. Congratulations on your huge event that you guys just had. Welcome, Australia. Australia, what time is it now in Australia? 16 hours, I guess, early evening, mid-evening? No, can't be. 18, 16 hours ahead from me, I believe. Welcome again. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I was welcome, Netherlands. Yeah, I just saw some of the photographs of what was happening in South Africa. So congratulations to what looked like quite a cool event. Okay, we're past the top of the hour, so I'm going to get into it. Let's get getting. Thanks again, Andrew, for continuing to let people into the room. All right, first of all, all of you heard, if you've been on any of our end of month calls, all of you heard Waskar talking about several months ago challenges in their payment mechanism. That has all been rectified. So I was on with Ron and his team from the Conversion Pros, and so all of that has been sorted. So last night there was thousands and thousands of withdrawals that are being pumped out now. Some of you have been messaging me saying you're starting to receive them. So congratulations to those of you. For those of you who haven't, those should be very, very closely sent to you as well. And I know that last time I talked with Waskar, he was fully committed in the objective that he had set 2 end of month meetings ago, and that was to get caught up within 4 weeks by the end of the holiday season, by the end of this year. So you all have that expectation that he's fully committed to meeting. But there's another update that I need to share with you as well, because many of you are trying to share CFX with friends and enroll them, and right now you're not able to. And that's an entirely different matter. There is a bunch of tech that's being updated and some new things being built regarding some back office systems. And so I know the guys are working really, really long hours to get that done ASAP. For those of you who are waiting to enroll people, the last message update I got was last evening. So about maybe a little bit more than 12 hours ago was my last update. So I would expect that to be sorted very soon, and you can start getting your friends into the system for those individuals that want to get in before the holiday season. Okay, with that, let me quickly check the chat too. Okay, all right. So with that, welcome. I saw a few more from Europe. Welcome Thailand. Welcome Detroit. That's fantastic. Okay, so listen, let's get into it. For those of you who are new to CFX, or perhaps those of you who are guests, you've never ever been to a presentation like this before, special welcome to you, of course. This is where we 2 times a week, the same time and the same link in the CFX back office, we walk through an introduction to this project. And I'm going to share a few more details that I learned pertaining to the trading platform when we get to that trading section of this presentation, just so that those of you who have been in CFX for a while have a little bit of new information that you can enjoy during this normally quite a fixed presentation. Just to make sure you're in the right classroom, We're talking about an automated Forex platform referred to as CFX. It's been in operation since July. Early July was when people were first getting enrolled in CFX, early July 2019. It seems like a lifetime ago, but it wasn't. It was only 2.5 years ago. I got involved towards the end of July. It took me a while to vet the project and decide if I wanted to work on this or not. So I met Ron Pope. I met some of his team. I spoke with Waskar, spoke as well as I could with Edwin before I decided to get involved. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that I saw and heard from them that made me feel compelled to get involved and then ultimately start sharing this with a few friends. Before we do all that, though, I've got a very short video we should all watch together. This is about a minute long. This year, we are seeing the dream of financial freedom being pushed further and further away from millions of people. Record business closures and massive global layoffs are pushing people's budgets to the breaking point and having a dramatic effect on their quality of life. Many people are being forced to survive on credit, paying today's bills with tomorrow's wages. This is a guaranteed path to financial disaster. Are you currently enjoying the lifestyle that you're working so hard to achieve? In contrast to these statistics, the wealthiest of our populations increase their net worth year after year, and they're able to accelerate their wealth during economic downturns. How is this possible? Financially experienced people put wealth-building principles to work for them, rather than trading their time for a wage. In the following video, we'll introduce you to two of these powerful principles and show you how you can get them working for you right away. At CFX, we believe the opportunity to create financial abundance is the right of every person. A better life can begin now. Start your journey with us today. It will be the most empowering change you've ever made. Okay, we're going to also reference or refer to a couple of the things that were said in that video. But first, let's begin at the beginning and talk a little bit about the global Forex market. When I was first vetting this platform, I've been around the Forex marketplace for a number of years, and I'd watched companies in the home-based business or network marketing space attempt to build business models focused with Forex as the product. And I've watched many companies attempt, and many companies have a lot of difficulty because, of course, the Forex market is, well, it's ever changing. There's always shifting conditions in regards to the Forex marketplace, and conquering this space is anything but easy to do. It's absolutely massive, and in fact, it's the enormity of the global Forex market that's really facilitating the growth of this platform and many others. In fact, many people ask me, my friends even ask me, listen, you've been doing well in this thing for a while now, should I get involved? And how on earth can these guys afford to give me a return when there's so many people already part of the platform, which is an excellent question. And the answer is simple. It's the size of the global market. So all the trading team needs to do is make sure they can access enough liquidity in the market to trade for the number of people that they need to trade for. And that behind the scenes, by the way, is one of the things they're working very, very hard to do, making these types of contacts. And they've been connected to some very, very good brokers and some very sharp individuals and some very, very large banks, many in Europe, that are accessing more and more liquidity for them to be able to trade. The market itself is the largest, most liquid financial market in the world, with an average, now this is just an average, but 5.3 trillion, that's trillion with a T, that's an enormous number. And so that really is what facilitates CFX and enables them to have so much success for all of us. It's also historically proven to be recession proof. Of course, evidence of that, don't have to look very far because 20 months ago, when COVID really started to flare up, I believe it was around April when I was in the Netherlands and was getting rushed home before borders started closing. And all through that period of time where we were seeing the Dow and the S&P and other large markets turn completely upside down on their heads, including the stock market. Of course, all of us continued to see trading results come in day after day, week after week, month after month, all through that period. There's a great deal of flexibility when it comes to risk management. You can leverage and compound. This is critically important as well. And in fact, plays a key role in the risk management system that the traders are using. We'll talk more about that in a minute as well. And this is a 5-day-a-week market. So many of you have a lot of experience in the cryptocurrency markets, which is obviously a full 7 days a week. This isn't. The first session in the Forex market to open is the Asia Pacific session. Of course, the first countries that are part of that session are New Zealand, chronologically, and then Australia opens, and then some of the Asian markets open up. The biggest markets, Tokyo, obviously, Singapore, Hong Kong. And so that's Monday morning when most of us are tucked in bed. And then on Friday, later afternoon, is the New York session, and that's closing Friday. So between that Monday morning opening and that Friday afternoon closing for the New York session, we've got 24-hour day trading. Okay, so platform. Why was it developed? First of all, any of you have had a chance to speak with Waskar face-to-face when he starts talking about their desire to build a platform based on a technology that they already had, and that was Edwin's contribution to everything CFX. So remember, Edwin and his team were trading successfully in the Forex market a long time before CFX ever existed. And in fact, it was due to some of the very consistent profitable results that they were seeing from an early version of their EA that he shared with Waskar that was really the genesis for the idea to launch what ultimately is what we have today. Positioning is done entirely through automation. So you will never see a room full of traders staring at computers making trades for all of us. This is all tech. We'll talk about the EAs and how they're roughly set up, some of the parameters, some of the ways that they focus on being consistently profitable. And then we'll touch on some new tech that the company is developing as well when we get to that trading page. But first, let's introduce you to the founders of the platform. As I mentioned before, Waskar Lopez, CEO, Edwin Abad is all things trading. So anytime you're dealing with brokers, anytime you're dealing with trading tech, whether it's servers in various places around the world, and they do have many servers all over the place to assist them with the work they're doing. And then, of course, maintaining, managing, developing, programming, adjusting, all of the work that's done behind the scenes on the EAs. EA, by the way, if you're unfamiliar, is a short abbreviation for expert advisor, which is really just a fancy way of saying software. It's software that's designed to trade in the Forex market and nothing else. It's its only purpose. And then Waskar essentially manages the other divisions of the company, including security. So we hear sometimes about hacks that people attempt to make on CFX. That's a fairly common thing, and you can probably imagine why. Individuals are hearing a lot of stories of some incredible results that people are getting in their businesses, and of course that's going to attract potential criminals like a moth to a flame. So we're very, very lucky that we have a very solid and robust programming team. You've heard me say many, many times, there's 4 separate firewalls around CFX, and the first has never been breached yet. So the guys work very, very hard to make sure that this platform continues to stay safe. Social media, a lot of you noticed that our YouTube page was down up until just recently. It popped up again. And so we'll continue, obviously, with all of our social media efforts, whether it's Facebook or Telegram, also Instagram and Twitter. Many of you may not know, but our biggest following on social media is actually on Twitter. And so there is a team of professionals, a very skilled team that are constantly pumping out information on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, etc. So if you're not tuned into those channels, all you'll need to search for is the CFX group on any of those. That's the handle for any of those social media outlets, and you can track them down. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Office. In fact, what we'll do, I think, is we're going to watch another 60-second video together, and we'll talk more about this space. So that space is just a bit over 10,000 square feet. And it is going to be the central hub for the company for the time for the foreseeable future until they launch others. But for now, this is going to be the head of action. The office manager was hired some time ago. Any of you who have been down to that space who were part of that Norwegian tour, you've met her. She's absolutely fantastic, and the staff around her is also being hired out, so that in the end of January, early February, when we start opening this space up to all of you to start coming down, whether it's for a specific event or an event that's tied to the academy, or whether it's just a tour you're doing with a group, you'll have someone in that space ready to tour you around the space and show you how best to use it. This is going to also have a home for a number of different division heads in the company. Some are choosing to move to Panama. Some will still stay remote. Our trading operation, it looks like about 1 week per month, trading operation will take place. Traders will be meeting in this space, but 3 times a week, they'll continue to work at Curacao, which is where they are in the Caribbean right now and typically doing all their hard work. In regards to how this will be utilized in relationship to the academy, you noticed in that video that there was a classroom that had a number of desks for laptops and chairs. There's seats for about 50 full-size desks in that space. When they're removed, between 100 and 150 people can sit theater style. So ultimately, where this space is going to probably have its biggest use is when the full academy is launched. And those of you who really want to internalize that curriculum can do so by going and studying, taking classes right in that space with professional Forex instructors. So let me skip over this again, and let's talk a little bit about trade. This is probably what brought most of you to the platform when you were experimenting or considering getting involved with CFX, is things that you heard about the trading. The good news, of course, is that when we look back over 2.5 years, now we know for certainty some things that I was only hoping were true when I was first looking at the platform. And that is that Edwin and his team really do know how to trade. They really do know how to write EAs. I was hoping that was the case, but based on my past experience, when it comes to the Forex market, the old expression, anything that can go wrong will go wrong, is generally the case when it comes to Forex. We've been really, really fortunate with the way these guys are performing. And of course, the best news for us is the CFX system is structured in a way that the more people that get involved and the more time that passes, the easier it actually gets for the trading team. So let's talk a bit about the EAs. Now, for those of you who have had a chance to meet John Lufton, he's Edwin's right-hand man. He leads up much of the EA operation. I spent quite a bit of time with him in Italy, talking a little bit about some of the details regarding risk management, because many of you have been asking, especially if you were in the platform for a while, if you've been, let's say, 2 years or more in the platform, and you were looking back or remembering trade results that were considerably higher than we're getting now. Sometimes we would see 2% a day, sometimes we would see 2.5% a day. And that went on for a long, long time. And around the COVID time, we really started to see the variety of results really flatten out to essentially be looking right around 1% per day. And I wanted to speak with John a little bit about this face-to-face, because this is a question that we get quite often. And we talked a little bit about some of the changes that they've made to risk management. For those of you in the meeting right now that are traders, their max drawdown is 3%. They will never risk more than 3% in a single trading day. They only trade a handful of major currency pairs. So when I say major, I'm talking about the top 6 or 8, depending on what school of Forex you went to, current major currency pairs. And these are all major currencies versus the USD. So for example, the CAD, the Canadian dollar, the Aussie dollar, the Swiss franc, Great British pound, euro, etc. And all traded against the USD. So they don't trade all of the major pairs, but they trade about 4 of them with a fairly high velocity. They also trade about, if you've ever wondered, they trade about 1,000, generally about 1,000 trades a day. And when they hit their targets, they shut things down. So on Friday, for example, this trading day, John said often they're hitting their trading targets before the day is even a quarter through. And they'll just shut things down. And that's part of a risk management strategy. Generally, the longer you're in the market on a daily basis, the more risk you're exposing yourself to. And so they hit their targets and they leave the market, they're done for the day. And so we see that on a fairly consistent basis. And this is one of the reasons we're starting to see those results be very, very consistent. They're working hard to make them more consistent. So EAs, they're all proprietary. Everything's owned by CFX, and they were built in-house, and they're managed in-house as well. Nothing's farmed out third party. And one of the things that I know that many of you will be excited about, and I know that Edwin's excited because every single time I see him, he talks about it, and it's how well their AI is progressing. In fact, the last time I met him, he said that the AI had already evolved in the way that it was problem solving and learning from roughly about a 5-year-old level, like a 5-year-old child, to a 15-year-old child. He'd seen that happen over a relatively short period of time. And they're putting a lot of time and a lot of energy in setting the parameters for this AI. And of course, the difference between an AI and an EA, expert advisor, AI, of course, is artificial intelligence. Now, the big companies that you're familiar with, companies like JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, they spend millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars on their AIs because they make them millions and millions of dollars. It's expensive to launch an AI. There's an awful lot of time and money involved. So we, of course, have not launched one yet, but I can tell you that we're getting very close. So I will not give you a launch date because Edwin would probably be disappointed with me if I gave you a specific launch date. But I can tell you this, it's not far off. The next question everyone asks, of course, is when the AI launches, if it's performing so well, are we going to see a bump or an increase in our daily payout, our daily returns for trading? And I'll give you the exact answer he gave me so that I'm not misquoting him. It was a smile and a wink. That was it. And I'm not going to smile or wink at you, but that's what it was. It was a smile and a wink. And so I'm reading between the lines, and what I'm getting from that is, yes, we're going to see an increase in our daily trading results. Okay, one more video for us to watch. So the Academy plays a critically important role in the platform because when, thanks very much for adding those, by the way, Andrew, in the chat. When the platform first launched, it was always the intention of both Waskar and Edwin to launch a full service Forex company. So they knew that the vast majority of members, myself included, would have no desire to trade for themselves. If I had the option, I would prefer not even to open a brokerage account and fund a brokerage account. I'd rather just do it like this, really, really simple. And so that was essentially how the system launched first. was with a focus on automation and simplicity. But they always knew that there would be a considerable group of people that wanted to be involved in the decision-making process, wanted to maybe set some parameters, or perhaps if they were in a trade, they may want to move their take profit levels and stay in a winning trade a little longer, or perhaps have multiple trades in the same currency, trading, chasing a trend, or the types of things that you're going to be learning in the curriculum, learning how to do extremely well. Of course, in the Supreme series is where we really get into the psychology of trading. And if you ask the professional traders, the single biggest advantage in using EAs and AIs over developing and honing your skills as an individual, they'd say the single biggest advantage is that the AIs and the EAs have no emotion, none. If they lose 3 trades in a row, they don't get flustered. They don't think about it. They don't think. Well, the AI is going to think a bit, but I don't think it's going to get bummed out. So that's a huge advantage. But, if you have interest, if you've always been interested in developing a set of skills that you can take anywhere with you, perhaps you want to retire and go trade on a beach somewhere, you're going to be able to learn those things. And you're going to do that through curriculum in the academy. And then, of course, you'll be able to really hammer home those skills when you come to the Panama offices for scheduled appointments with live instructors. So how do we access this curriculum? Well, it's going to be done through something that we refer to as trading packs. And in fact, what you're looking at right now are the first 5 steps up a trading pack ladder. So that trading pack ladder, the very first rung on the ladder is a $300 rung. And that's what you see at the very top of the screen in the silver or light gray color. So the number in each of those icons, that's the circular icon towards the center of the screen, those are all US denominations. $300, $500, $1,000, $2,000, etc. Now, there's 3 lines of text to the right of each one of those icons. The first, of course, says Academy Pack. Second says Trade Pool Deposit. And third says Leadership Program. So we'll quickly define these for you so you can make sense of all of this. It's very simple, though. Academy Pack has a number next to it. And if you're looking again in the gray or silver section at the top of your screen, Academy Pack 90, that's $90 US. Now, $90 US, of course, is 30% of the total value of that trade pack, which is $300. 30% of $300 is $90 US. And if you remove or subtract $90 US from 300, you're left with 210. And that's what you see as the trade pool deposit. So when you purchase a $300 trade package, 30% of that purchase goes to a digital product sale. That's the Academy. And the remaining 210 is traded on your behalf by the technology, using the technology we just finished talking about. Now, below that is something referred to as our leadership program. And you notice that's not in USD. That's in PV, or personal volume. You'll also notice that the leadership program PV points are always 50% of the value of the trade package. So for example, 150 for a $300 pack, or 250 for a $500 pack, or 500 PV for a $1,000 pack. And as you go through, we look at the second series, the advanced series, and here's the next 5 steps up the trade pack ladder, starting from $5,000 to $20,000, and you look at the 3 lines of text next to each one of those icons, and the math holds true. 30% of a $7,000 trade pack is $2,100. The remaining balance is $4,900. 30% of a 10K pack is $3,000, and so on and so forth. When we get into the Supreme series, here's the final 5 steps up the trade package ladder. Now, how this relates to the digital product is simple. Each and every time that you upgrade to a new trading pack, you're unlocking another set of curriculum in the academy when that academy is launched and available to you. And so that's how you're ultimately going to climb the trade package ladder, and you're ultimately going to have access to the complete library inside the academy. Now, it's important right now that I also share a disclaimer for you, especially if you're here as a guest and have never been in one of these presentations before. It's absolutely important that you know that there is risk when you're trading in the global Forex market. It doesn't matter whether it's you trading, or whether it's us trading, or whether it is one of these EAs we've been discussing or an AI, there's always risk. And in fact, while we've been very fortunate over the past 2.5 years, successful trading past does not guarantee a successful trading future. Why am I telling you this? You need to make sure that you're purchasing a trading pack that you can afford, using funds that you can afford to lose. Now, I'm going to show you though, how you can get started in CFX for as little as $300 or $500 or maybe a little bit more than that. And don't fret if you're in a position right now where that's all that you can spend. Perhaps you have a little bit of uncertainty in your life as well with some of the challenges that we're continuing to see with COVID around the world. Perhaps your reserves as far as spendable cash are being depleted like most people's are, and you want to get involved and you want to do something different or add another income source to your life, but you don't want to spend a lot of money doing it. Don't worry, get involved in whatever it is that is appropriate for you, you can afford. And I'm going to show you why you don't need to worry if you only get involved with a smaller trade package. So what I would like to do for the benefit of guests and newer members, for those of you who have been around the block with CFX for a while, if you don't mind, hit us up in the chat and share 3 things with us. I'd like you to share what trade package that you purchased when you first got started, how long ago that was, and what trade package that you're on currently. And I think this is going to be incredibly valuable information for new members and also guests that are in the room right now. So if you don't mind, 3 things. What trade package did you start on? How long ago was that? And what trade package are you on currently? So let's hit the chat right now and let's take a look at some of these. They're pouring in already. Let's look at Hans. So August 19th, okay, you got involved just basically when I did as well. $300 and you're 100K now. Congratulations, that's awesome. Glenn started at 2K, he's already on 30. Lorraine, $500 and she's on 30. That's awesome. Trish, welcome. Just got started in April, 1K to 3K, fantastic. Simi started at $300 and she's at 20. So this is fantastic. I really appreciate this. So for those of you who are new or for our guests, you can see over and over and over here, many people are starting with $300 and $500 trade packages, and they're doing incredibly well. Rune was at $300 now at 70K. So of course, if you want to spend more and you want to shorten that time frame, go ahead and do it, but don't feel obligated to do it. You do what is going to be comfortable for you. $300 to 50 in 15 months. Congratulations. Now, guests, when you see those shorter timelines, $300 to 50K in 15 months, that's telling you something very important. We're going to talk about that now as we transition to the second half of this presentation. Some of the members in this room have decided that they perhaps wanted to match or even replace a professional income. Some people have just decided that they have a goal they want to make, maybe $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month. They want to set something aggressive for themselves. Look at all these results. Thanks very much for sharing, everyone. Andrisha, $300 to 7K, 300 to 2K, 300. That's awesome. Great to hear. So I appreciate that, everyone, very much. Now, when you see shorter timelines that are being shared by members in that chat, essentially, in reading between the lines, what you can gather from that is that they chose to capitalize on all of the income centers that CFX has to offer, not only the trading. And I'm going to be more clear about that right now. There are 2 ways that one may get involved in CFX. The first is as a customer. So you purchase a trade pack. Remember, 70% of the value of that trade pack is going to be traded on your behalf. 30% goes to a product sale. And so day in and day out, Monday to Friday, every trading day, only trading days, you're going to see a trading return. That a trading return is going to accumulate, and that would be classified as a gain, an income. However, there are some members that as they became more familiar with the project, as they started to see consistent trading results, they also took the initiative to start sharing CFX with others. And there are some very specific and very significant bonuses that can be earned in doing so. So I'm going to break both of these options down for you so you can make the best decision for yourself. First of all, the first term you need to know is bear capital, BEAR. Now, Bear capital is simply defined as gains that you'll make through Monday to Friday trading gains, okay, daily trading activity. However, if you look at the end of that paragraph, there's also a bonus that's listed called the force matrix bonus. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes as well. The bottom line is this: in bear capital or bear gains, you can earn up to 2 times the value of the trade package that you chose. So if you chose, for example, a $2,000 trade package, you can make in bear gains $4,000. And below that is bull capital. And bull capital is something you access once you've referred a minimum of one person to CFX. And you can see the list of all the bonuses that you then have access to. And you can make up to an additional 2 times the value of that same trading pack. So again, if it was a $2,000 trading pack, you can make up to $4,000 in bear capital and also up to an additional $4,000 in bull capital for a total of $8,000 on a $2,000 purchase. So with that, that gives you the ability to ultimately climb that trade package ladder, as we saw so many people doing in the chat room just a moment ago. So let's give you a bit of a 30,000-foot view on these bear and bull benefits so you really understand all the moving pieces here. First of all, on the far right side of your screen, you can see a $1,000 trade pack icon. Now, if you remember that 70-30 split, we're going to talk more about that right now. So bear capital or bear gains, remember, every single member of the platform earns a trading return. And they're earning that from the 70% of the value of their trade package that is coming from the trade pool deposit. So in 70%, for example, on a $1,000 trade package is $700. So you'll make day in and day out, Monday to Friday trading gains until you reach a total of 2 times the value of your trade package. In this case, 2 times $1,000 is $2,000. Now, on the bottom side of the screen, you can see the bull capital. And remember, this is the 30%, the remaining 30% that is earmarked for a digital product sale. Okay. Now, this is a product sale. And as such, this 30% or $300, which is 30% of $1,000, is sent out to members in 2 separate bonuses. One's called a fast start bonus and the other is called a unilevel bonus. And through the accumulation of one or both of those bonuses, you'll see a total of an additional 2 times or $2,000 from your $1,000 trade pack. So you're going to fall into one of 2 categories. One, as a customer, where you'll make $2,000 on $1,000, or 2, as someone who's a customer and also shares, and you could potentially make $4,000 on $1,000. In any case, when one or both of those ends are met, you have options. And of course, one of those options is to pull out all of your gains. You'll pay a withdrawal fee when you pull that money out of the system, put the rest of the money in your pocket, and just walk away. That's one option. There's another option, of course. You could simply purchase another $1,000 trade package, and in doing so, you simply just repeat the whole process again and pull those profits out minus the withdrawal fee. And there's a third option, though, for you. And that third option is simply to climb the trade package ladder like all the members were doing in the chat just a moment ago. And so what would that look like? Well, of your $4,000, when you pay minus your withdrawal fee, you may choose to take $1,000 of that and take the next step up the trade package ladder. So for example, the next step up on a $1,000 trade package is a $2,000 trade package. Now, why would someone choose to do that? Well, it's very simple. If you have a $2,000 trade package and 70% of the value of the trade package you're trading, 70% of 2K is $1,400 instead of $700. So it means that your Monday to Friday trading results are going to be twice the size that they were before. And as you continue to climb that trade package ladder, you'll see larger and larger trading returns. So let's break each one of these down and speak about them in just a little bit more specifics. Trading results first, because everybody sees trading results. Now, trading results accumulate again Monday to Friday. You'll see those accumulate day after day after day in your back office. On Saturday, they're all pushed out to your internal wallet in your back office so that you can simply withdraw them. What's most important, though, is at the end of every trading day, all the winning trades and all the losing trades are added together. And right off the top, CFX takes what it calls its success fee. And the balance remaining is what's shared amongst all of us members. And so that's how CFX is paid. This is why it's really critical for them to make sure the results are as positive as they possibly can be, because that's where their income as a company is also derived. Now, you'll also notice there's a 15% in the center of the screen. The maximum that you can earn in a single week in CFX is 15%. That's it. Never any higher, because anything more than that, the company is going to keep themselves. Okay. All right. Fast start bonus. Now you'll see there's a number in front of fast start, and that is 50%. So half of what this is saying is half of the product sale. Remember that 30% product sale that goes to the academy. Half of that is being paid out as a fast start bonus. So, for example, if we want to use the same $1,000 trade pack that we did on the 30,000 foot overview slide a couple slides ago, let's say a friend of yours gets involved in CFX with a $1,000 trade package. 30% of that is earmarked for product sale. That is $300. And half of that, or 50%, is going to be paid to you as a fast start. So half of $300 is $150, or 15%. Now, here's what's interesting about the fast start, though, is every single time that anyone that you shared CFX with, anytime any one of them climbs the trade package ladder, you're going to get another fast start bonus triggered and earned by you. So, for example, the person that I got started with $1,000, let's say 6 months down the road, and they're moving from a $7,000 trade package to a $10,000 trade package. Well, that's a $3,000 jump. Well, you're going to make 15% of that as a fast start bonus. That's $450 to you. Maybe another year down the road, they're moving from a $70,000 to a $100,000. Well, that's a $30,000 jump, and you're going to make 15% of that as well. And again, every single time anyone that you're the sponsor of climbs the trade package ladder, you will earn another fast start bonus. So this is not a one-time bonus. It's a reoccurring bonus, and a very powerful one at that. Next is the unilevel. So the other half of that digital library product sale, the other half of that money is going here. Now, we talked about leverage when it comes to trading. Well, there's also an opportunity for you to leverage yourself in the CFX rewards plan. And this is very important, actually, for those of you who do have or have set a lofty goal for yourself to perhaps replace a professional career or add a significant amount of money to your household income. Leveraging yourself is one of the most effective things that you can do to reach some of those loftier goals. Now, remember, in the fast start bonus, you perform an action and you earn the bonus. There's only one person earning that bonus. That's not the case in the unilevel. This is a team bonus, and you're sharing with other people in the team. But where the leverage comes in is anytime that any activity happens in that team, whether you're involved or not, you'll also earn from that as well. So you're leveraging an entire team. Let's show you how it works. First of all, you can see numbered right down the center of the screen, this is a 10-level bonus. And levels 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all 10% levels. 10% of what? 10% of the money that's going to go into this bonus when someone joins for the first time or when they take a step up the trade package ladder. Okay. So someone joins, for example, with a $1,000 trade package. Remember, 15%, that's half, or 50% of the 30%. So 15% goes into this bonus. That's $150 on 1,000 going into this bonus. So remember, we gave an example of someone climbing from a $70K trade pack to a $100K trade pack. Well, that's a $30,000 jump. Well, 15% of that $30,000 jump is $4,500. That money would go into this bonus. Okay, and so that gets shared amongst everyone who has a position in the unilevel. So let me show you exactly how this works. Now, this is based on moving through ranks in the company. We'll show you exactly how to move through those ranks in just a couple of minutes. But when you reach the rank of executive in CFX, you unlock levels 5 and 6. When you reach the rank of manager, you unlock levels 7 and 8. When you reach the rank of director, you unlock level 9. And President's Club unlocks level 10. So 10 levels, and levels 1, 2, 3, and 4 are 10% each. Levels 5 and 6 are 20%. Levels 7, 8, 9, 10 are, if that's 4 times 5%, that gives you 100%. So for every dollar or unit of money that goes into this bonus, you know now know how it's allocated. Okay, So let's say, for example, someone that you personally referred yourself, that would put them on your level 1 because you were their sponsor. They're on your level 1. That's a 10% payout level. If they join for a $1,000 trade pack, it's $150 into this bonus. You would make 10% of $150. If someone else sponsored them a little bit deeper in your genealogy, perhaps on your level 5, that's a 20% level. So you would earn 20% of that $150, $30 to you. The other 120 are shared amongst the other 9 levels. Or perhaps someone a little deeper in your business, maybe someone on your level 7 sponsored them, so they're on your level 8. That's a 5% level. 5% of $150 is $7.50 to you, and the rest is shared amongst the other 9 levels. And so that's how this bonus works. So remember, you'll earn a unilevel bonus on anything in a genealogy below you from new people joining and repeat volume. In other words, people climbing the trade package ladder. Okay. You'll earn over and over and over from the same group. In addition to that, President's Club, Ambassador, and Global Ambassador unlock something called a global bonus. This is critically important because this turns a 10-level bonus into an infinity bonus, level 11 and beyond. And this is critically important because in a very simple model like this, where there's not a lot of moving pieces and the trading is all being done automatically, it's very easy to share this with others. So when you have a friends sharing with friends model, this can grow organically quite quickly. In fact, many of you probably already know that you have growth in your unilevel well beyond level 10. Well, when you become a President's Club member, then you have the ability to earn from all of that activity, regardless whether it goes to levels 20 or 25 or 29 or 30 or 46 or whatever happens over time. You'll have the ability to earn from that activity as well. So if you have aspirations to become an executive and unlock levels 5 and 6, I would strongly encourage you to also have aspirations to eventually reach the President's Club, where you could really open this up to an unlimited bonus. The last thing for us to discuss is the matrix. Now, if you recall, when we were defining bear gains and bull gains, in the bear paragraph, we talked about daily trading returns, Monday to Friday trading returns. In addition to that, we said there was a bonus included in the bear side, and that was this, the force matrix bonus. Now, there's a reason for that. And the reason is simple. The owners of the company wanted to create a bonus where every single member in the company had the potential to earn from that bonus, whether they have sponsored anyone into CFX or they will never sponsor someone into CFX. And that's what this matrix bonus is. So remember, the fast start bonus and the unilevel we just finished talking about, those bonuses are paid from the sale of a trade pack. This bonus is paid in an entirely different way. It's a very different bonus, okay? So how is it paid? Well, this is the bonus that's paid from the withdrawal fee we were mentioning earlier. So anytime that anyone makes a withdrawal in CFX, there's a 20% withdrawal fee. 20% is significant, but take a look at the second paragraph on the left-hand side of your screen. That 20% withdrawal fee goes to 3 bonuses for members, not for corporate. 50% of it, so half of that withdrawal fee, goes to the bonus you see on the screen now. 10% of it goes to the matching bonus, and the remaining 40% go to the leadership rank bonuses. We'll talk about all 3 of these really quickly. First of all, the matrix. Now, this bonus is considerably different than the unilevel that we just finished talking about. In the unilevel, the structure of the unilevel is very flexible. I can personally refer as many people as I want to CFX, meaning I can have as many people on my level 1 as I choose. I can have 3 people on my level 1. I can have 30. I can have 300. I can have 126. And whatever number of people I personally refer is the number of people that are sitting on my level 1. And as they share with others, then my level 2 and 3 and 4 start to build, et cetera, and so forth. In this bonus, the matrix is very different. It's a fixed or rigid structure. The most people I can have on my level 1 in the matrix is 3. So if you're a little bit confused, think of it this way. When you join, you automatically have a position in the matrix and automatically have a position in the unilevel. Okay. So 3 people maximum on level 1, which means only 9 people maximum on my level 2, because the 3 people on my level 1, their level 1, of course, is my level 2. They can only have 3 people each, and there's 3 of them. That gives me a maximum of 9 on my level 2, with a maximum of 27 on my level 3, and then 81 and 243, etc. So this bonus, the participants grow in multiples of 3. Now, you'll also notice from all the gray arrows at the top of the graphic that you may have people dropping down into your matrix from somewhere else. This is because the people above you only have room for 3 people on their level 1. But if they sponsor 4 or 5 or 6 people, those people have got to go somewhere. And some of them may drop down into your matrix. And you can see that this is how potentially someone who joins CFX as a customer still ends up having people drop into their matrix as well. I've heard stories of CFX customers who have never sponsored anybody, but they have hundreds of people or even thousands of people inside their matrix. They just got lucky. Someone was placed in there from above, and that person decided to grow, and it just continued to expand from there. So can those things continue to happen? Of course they can. Now, let's show you how money is made in this bonus. Take a look, first of all, the green numbers on the right-hand side of the graphic. You can see 3, 3, 3, 5, 6, 10, 30, 20, 10, 10. Add all those percentages together, and that's also 100%. So you know exactly how funds are dispersed in this model. Now, let's say that somebody on your level 6 is going to make a $1,000 withdrawal. $1,000 withdrawal, 20% fee. That's $200 fee. Now remember, half of the fee is going into this bonus. So of that $200 fee, $100 is going into the matrix, and the person making the withdrawal is on your level 6. Level 6 is a 10% payout level. So they withdraw $1,000, $100 goes into the matrix, 10 of those dollars are for you, the other $90 are shared amongst the other 9 levels. If the situation was different, let's say someone on your level 7 was also making a $1,000 withdrawal. $1,000 withdrawal, same thing, 20% fee, half of it, $100 is going into the matrix. That person on your level 7 is a 30% level for you. So you would make $30 of the 100, and the other $70 would be shared amongst the other 9 levels. So for every person that makes a withdrawal, there are always going to be 10 people that make money from that withdrawal. Okay. Very important. So as that continues to grow, and as the size of the withdrawals of the people that are in your matrix continue to get larger, guess what happens? Your income from your matrix over time gets larger and larger. Now, I remember my very, very first matrix income. My first matrix paycheck was less than $1. It was 88 cents. I remember that. I was going, what the hell good is this bonus? 88 cents. But over time, of course, this just continues to grow and grow and grow. And for many of you, this is going to be your largest income center within CFX over time. Some of you are seeing 5 figures every single withdrawal session or matrix earnings every 2 weeks. Some of you are seeing 6 figures. So we're seeing some really large matrix start to grow as the company gets older and older and older. So that's, of course, going to continue to happen for you as well. Now remember also, by the way, participation is absolutely no guarantee of results. So the best way, if you really want to make sure that you have a healthy matrix, refer a minimum of 3 people to CFX and assist them in doing the same so that you start to see your matrix grow out in multiples of 3. Okay, now, last thing for us to discuss in regards to bonuses is the matching side of the matrix bonus. Remember, for every single person that you refer to CFX, you're entitled to a 10% match of their matrix earnings. So for example, if someone in your matrix, someone that you personally referred earned $7,000 in the last matrix payout, well, you would be entitled to $700. That's a 10% match, okay? And you can earn that 10% match for an unlimited number of people. Doesn't matter how many people, you'll earn that matching bonus. And for some of you, that's also getting very large. Now, the last thing to discuss, of course, is how one accesses withdrawals that are taking place on all 10 levels of the matrix. And unlike the unilevel, where you're accessing deeper levels of the unilevel by hitting ranks, remember executive, manager, director, etc., this is very different. And this is through the size of your trade package. So, for example, if you're currently trading a $5,000 trade package, where you know that you have access to earning on withdrawals from your level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you want to access level 7, you'll need to upgrade from a 5K trade package to a 10K trade package. By the time you get to a $30,000 trade package, you then have access to withdrawals that are being made from people in your matrix on all 10 levels. Okay. Last thing for us to discuss, of course, and that is the leadership program. So how one hits the rank of executive and how they move on past that to ensure that they can unlock all 10 levels of the unilevel, and then, of course, even grow beyond that. Remember, to the unlimited side or the infinity side. First of all, what's required to hit executive? Well, it's very simple. 500 PVP. So this is personal volume points. Now, remember, the personal volume points were always 50% of the value of the trade package denomination. So that means, very simple, 500 PVP would be 1,000 USD, meaning to be an executive, you need to be trading a minimum of a $1,000 trade package. You need to refer a minimum of 3 people to CFX. And over a 30-day period, over 30 days, you need to have an accumulation of 25,000 group volume, PGV, with 15,000 as a maximum coming from one of your 3 teams. So remember, if you refer 3 people, that's 3 separate unilevel teams that are growing. Friends are sharing with friends or sharing with friends. If you've personally signed up 10 people, you've got 10 separate unilevel teams growing. Now, that's how you're going to reach executive. Congratulations. Now, if you don't do it in a 30-day or 30 days after you join, worry not, because it's a rolling calendar, meaning on day 1 to day 30, points accumulate. If you're just a little bit shy of 25,000, on day 31, which is all points from your genealogy, any activity from any member in your team, day 31 points are added to the total, and the points from day 1 fall off. On day 32, those new points are added to the total, and the points from day 2 fall off. So it's always 30 days, okay? Now, hit that. Congratulations, you hit the rank of executive. How do you reach the rank of manager? Very simple. Any 2 people in your genealogy, whether you know them or not, any 2 people hit executive, you automatically are propelled to manager, as long as those 2 people are from 2 separate teams. They can't be in the same team, one under the other, okay? How do you hit director? Any 2 people in your business from 2 separate teams hit manager, you're automatically propelled to director. And the same thing with the President's Club. Now, President's Club, though, involves 3 teams, so 3 lines of lineage, and that's why you start with 3 in the very beginning. 3 directors, 1 from each team, a minimum of 3 teams, and you are propelled to the rank of President's Club. And of course, this is going to unlock that global bonus, turning your unilevel into an unlimited bonus. Okay, so let's take a look at some prizes, some leadership prizes that you also receive in accomplishing these feats. First of all, hitting executive. In addition to unlocking levels 4 and 5 and the unilevel, you also will receive a $900 iPad Air. This is a paper-thin iPad with folding keyboard. Now, in any of these prizes, if you don't want to keep the prize, by the way, you can trade that prize for 75% of the value in BTC. Second prize, hitting manager, is a very significant jump. This is $10,000 in value. His or her stainless day-date Rolex. And at the rate these things are climbing in value, it would be no time before it doubles in value. Director, hitting director, remember, unlocks level 9 in the unilevel, and this is $15,000 travel, 5-star travel anywhere in the world, you plus a companion. And then when you hit President's Club, and remember, this is where you're going to convert your 10-level unilevel into an unlimited or infinity unilevel. So that's probably the biggest benefit in hitting President's Club. In addition to that, of course, you'll also receive 100,000 in USD worth of, or BTC worth USD towards anything that Porsche manufactures. And when you hit ambassador, and in fact, we just had a new ambassador last month, $200,000 towards anything that Ferrari makes. And then global ambassador is $500,000 towards anything that Lamborghini makes. So with that, first of all, I want to thank you all very much for your participation in the chat. That was absolutely fantastic going through and seeing some of those testimonials and success stories. I really appreciate that. Also, I will be seeing you again, of course, on Monday. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic weekend. For those of you who are here for the very first time, all I would encourage you to do is get back to the person that asked you to watch this presentation and let them know which of the two options we share with you are most appropriate for you, whether being a customer at this point in time is best for you, or if you want to squeeze every dollar out of the bonuses that we've been talking about, even though you don't have all the answers yet. If you know you want to share CFX with others, just simply let your friend know and they'll help you get started the proper way. So again, thanks everyone. It's been a blast hanging out with you. I'm looking forward to doing it after the weekend on Monday. Make sure that you have some fun on the weekend. If you got a busy weekend, set some time aside for fun. And I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Thanks everyone.